I would say the turnovers offensively for us allowed them to, get back into it and then take control of it. Then they started to hit threes from that point, but that really kind of diffused any kind of momentum we would have or creating any kind of advantage. It ended up in a mistake. But again, that's what OKC does. I mean, they're like us. They can speed teams up. They sped us up and forced us into an inordinate amount of mistakes on our part.
You get the matchup again in another 6 days.
Yeah.
Now, so like in that specific column, what needs to change?
We just have to be, overall tougher, with everything. And it's not just physical toughness. I felt like we brought a physical toughness, but the mental toughness when the game starts to go or the momentum starts to swing, the other way. It doesn't have to be a 12 to 14 to 2 run. That could be half that. You hold the fort. You don't fuel it, with turnovers or poor defensive possessions. And, we had some tough turnovers, as they started making a run, and that just absolutely fueled their energy, fueled the crowd. We didn't respond well to that, which we will get better. We will get better at that. Hopefully we'll be in a lot more of these kind of, close games where we can feel that emotion collectively and respond in a better way.
You guys had 32 paint points in the first half.
Yeah.
About like 39 a game, but then in the second, did they adjust or did it just?
They got a lot more aggressive. They did a similar thing to us last year here. They really stepped up their pressure, sped us up, and they forced us into a lot of mistakes. I don't know how many of those turnovers were in the second half, but I would guess the majority of them were. In the first half, we were getting them on their heels, early in the clock, but they adjusted to that pretty well.
Holding Shea to 3 points in the first quarter was great. You kind of knew that he'd find something, but do you think it was like him or defensively? Or?
No, I think that's the way he works himself into games. I see that time and time again. He's letting the flow, and happen and let other guys get going, and then he really starts to take over in the second half, and that's what he did tonight.
Just at this point, what's the most important thing for your team right now going home for this week?
We know we have a very important week. This road trip didn't go the way we wanted it to, for a lot of different factors, but we have a great opportunity this week, at home, 3 good competitive opponents. We'll rest up tomorrow and get ready for a big game on Tuesday versus Phoenix. Okay, thank you.